What is up, family? Dub Souljah in the place. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And I apologize for skipping a week. I will stick to the schedule, stick to it going forward. I want to do a film on Monday, edit on Tuesday, drop on Wednesday, every Wednesday, to the best of my ability, but I will not make any more excuses, and I will drop these videos so you guys can catch all the vibes that are going on with Dub Souljah and the crew and everything. So if you're just joining us, if this is your first time here watching these videos, my name is Daniel. I go by Dub Souljah professionally. I am a singer, songwriter, musician, sound man, hired gun, and all kinds of other things here in the Central Coast, California reggae music scene, and I'm having a great time. So come along my journey so you can see what's going on. A couple of updates. What you're watching right now is a new camera and a new lens. This is the Sony ZV-E10 camera, and it's got 4K recording, and also it has the ability to record longer than a half hour like my other camera does. And so I'll be able to do a lot longer videos and more interview type stuff, which will be coming eventually. We've got some vibes for the rest of the room behind me, you see, so we can make some more content and just make it look more poppin'. But right now, you're watching me on that. And then I got some new lenses for my camera. So this is the kit lens that comes with the EOS M50 Canon camera, and I've been using it for a couple weeks. I've had this camera for a long time actually, and this kit lens too for a long time, but I never used it. I was during pandemic times, like seeing everybody do those, like you know, COVID live streams from home and stuff. So I thought, oh, let me get a camera and let me do this. So I bought this, but I never actually ended up doing anything with it. But I picked it up the other day and I started to take some pictures, and I kind of caught the bug, man. I went and took some photographs for Santa Cruda, the band, and man, it was a great time, but the pictures came out sick. The band loved the pictures, and I had a great time. So I want to keep doing it. I took some pictures of Righteous Sound this last weekend, and it was cool. They were awesome, and I think the pictures came out great. So I'm learning editing skills and learning how to get the right shot and all that stuff. But I also got this really long range lens. It is a Canon EF 75 to 300 millimeter lens, and it's a really good lens for zooming in like really far. I took some pictures out front of my house, and they were sick. So I can't wait to use that. I want to get another lens, another wide angle lens, so I can take some better like band pictures, and maybe like, at the back of the room with the whole crowd and stuff like that. I want to get something like that, and then something that can help me focus on a particular object or a particular subject with the background kind of more blurred or bokeh out maybe. So I want to do that too, and hopefully that comes before this week, because update number 2, we got some rad shows coming. This Friday, we're going to be at the Brass Tap in Hollister. This Friday, March 14th, 2025. We will be at the Brass Tap in Hollister, and it's going to be a little 3-piece. So myself, Sophia on the bass, and Shanzi, our guitarist, has stepped up to be the drummer for this show. And we're going to do a 3-piece, a little upbeat, a little jammy, a little vibey. It's going to be a good time, so cruise out to that. But on Saturday, we're going to be playing in Salinas, 26 West Market Street, outdoors for the food truck festival, What's Grub in Salinas. Whole show starts at 1, but we are going to be playing from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, closing the show. Come out and vibe with us. I'm going to be out earlier in the day taking pictures and trying to get video and B-rolls and all kinds of good stuff, so we can make a recap video and show you guys the whole vibe. And maybe I'll do like a come with me on my day kind of thing, so you can see me heading out there and all that good stuff. But it's gonna be a good time. So come through this weekend. Brass Tap on the 14th, trio vibes and full band style on the 15th. What's Grub in Salinas? Check out their Instagram, What's Grub in Salinas, and follow them so you can see the vibes, because it's gonna be a good time. I bet there's gonna be some fire grub up there, awesome grindage. So come out, grab some food, check out the music, check out the Dub Souljah reggae band on the stage. Say what's up if you see me. I'm gonna be walking around and having a good time. So yeah, man, more updates. On top of that, we're just gonna continue booking gigs and doing whatever we can. Like I said before, no matter which way you're gonna see us, either trio, duo, just me, all five of us, four of us, whatever version we can do, we're gonna continue spreading those vibes out there so you guys can come see us in any which way, so that so you don't get a chance to, so you don't ever miss a show. All right, now, um, so I went to film Santa Cruda, and it was a rad time, dude. A rad time. I had such a good time. And the thing is I'm just learning this camera, trying to figure it out. And I go in there and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna take pictures of you guys. Yeah, sure, whatever, dude, go for it. And so I did, and the pictures came out so good. The lighting at the place was awesome. The rustic vibe of the barrels behind them and all that. It was just such a good time, and the pictures came out so good. I edited them really well, and the band loved the photos, so it was awesome. One thing I want to do in these videos is, like, when I go out and film a band, I want to highlight the band, and I want to kind of like review the band, sort of in a like this. So Shawnez, the singer, Sean Yanez, he's awesome. He brings those old school, like R&B and oldies. You know what I mean? Golden oldies, that kind of music. I love all that. He brings the awesome vibes. And then Bruno on guitar, he rips and he rocks. And he's got that Latin singing in Spanish and stuff, and he brings that. It's perfect. Some of the dub stuff on the guitar is cool too. I like that a lot because I love dub music. And then up front as well, Jose Picasso, he's awesome on the keyboard. He's one of my favorite. He's like in my top list of singers and songwriters from the Santa Cruz area. He does a great job. He rips and he rocks. And also behind him, Jordan Salem on the bass. I love to see the female representation in the songs on stage. It's so cool. It's a vibe. We got Sophie playing with us. I wish that we had more of this female representation in the reggae scene, in the reggae music. I think there needs to be a big female reggae singer on the main stage, Cali Roots, you know what I mean? Like that. So yeah, man, it was just such a good vibe. And Nick in the back on the drums, he is a beast, a powerhouse, bro. He can play guitar and sings like a bird. He can play the drums very well. He's been rocking with us a couple of times, and every time he rocks with them or with Pacific Roots, Soulwise, whatever version of the bands he's playing in, like, it's an awesome time to see him up there. And big up to him for rocking with us a couple times too, man. So I think Santa Cruz is a great band. They always bring those throwback jams and oldies and R&B. They keep it really, really solid, and they're really good, tight band, and they always get the crowd moving and going and shaking. So big up to Santa Cruda. Thank you for allowing me to test out my camera on y'all and get some good vibes. I had a great time. Yeah, man. So what I want to do is tie in a little bit of the backstory from the last episode here. Uh like my story of coming up in the reggae scene, right? And coming up out of here. I want to tie in seeing Santa Cruda with that. If you didn't know, Sean Yanez is my family. We are cousins. Through marriage, like my mom's second cousin, that's his mom, something along those lines, or something. Marriage in, however, but we are related in some way, which is really awesome. So a while ago, years ago, like probably 2018, my mom comes to me and says, "Hey, I know this guy. He plays reggae music. He's related to us some way, and he's like my cousin's kid, and he plays reggae. It's in Santa Cruz. Maybe you should hit him up and see what's going on. Maybe you should go say hi to him and try and get out there, because at that time I was like stuck in the garage writing songs. putting on music, but like not really going anywhere, not really venturing out very much, not trying to actually play shows anywhere, not really doing anything with it, just you know, feeling being a hermit, you know what I mean? I didn't go out and perform anywhere. I didn't really meet anybody. I didn't want to do any of that. I was so nervous. But I finally reached out to him and he was like, "Yeah, man, come out and say what's up to me, at my show. I'm going to be playing at this place called The Reef and it's in downtown Santa Cruz." And I went. It was a great time and I remember even before that I went to see Josh Heinrichs at the same exact spot. So it's the Reef Bar and then Pono Hawaiian Grill in the same place. Two different businesses in the same place. And I went to go see Josh Heinrichs here with my cousin Christina. And we saw this guy open. And it was just some local singing acoustic, right? And Josh was just doing an acoustic set here too. And we didn't really know who he was or nothing. We didn't really pay no mind, honestly. And then later on, I'm seeing Sean and I see him playing, and it wasn't until way later that it clicked, and I was like, "This is the guy that was playing before Josh Heinrichs a couple years ago." Like we we didn't even know, and we didn't even think like that's the guy. Even years later, after knowing Sean like that, I didn't really even click. Anyway, so yeah, so I went to see him play and I had a little flyer with me that I would be taking to like shows. I took them out to like Moe's and Catalyst and whatnot, and it had like check out my music video, check out me here. Here's my handle. Here's my website, whatever. And I was passing those out, and I even had like like joints with me sometimes, and I'd be like, "Hey man, you want a joint? Well, what's in it? It's free, you know what I mean?" And but I would also go like, "Well, if you don't want the joint, just take my flyer." I was trying to find a way to break the ice with people so I can give them my flyer. And I did this with Sean and I gave him my little flyer and he was like, "Oh, cool, man. Hell yeah." And then he said, "You want to play a couple of songs? I'm taking a break." Whoa. I was nervous, but I did it. And I got on stage and I played and it was the coolest thing ever. It felt so good, but I was so nervous at the same time. But he liked it and he just said, "Yeah, man, just learn a lot of cover songs. That's kind of what people like around here, for this kind of vibe." And then he said, "Come by tomorrow to Moe's. I'm going to be playing a show and opening for the Santa Cruz Reggae All-Stars." And I was like, "Whoa, that's a crazy name. Who's that band? I want to see them." And so I went out the next night. I go in the room and right away I see Sean and he introduces me to Jake from Pacific Roots. And I gave Jake my little flyer too, and he was like, "Oh, cool, man." Just like, eh, eh, you know, eh, how you see like a lot of people want to become musicians, and a lot of people want to start doing something. So when you see somebody walk into the room and they're like fish out of water, fresh off the boat, and they look all whoa, you know what I mean? Because I had seen Jake open for Josh Heinrichs before with Pacific Roots one time at Planet Gemini, and like seeing Jake there again, Sean introducing me to him, I felt like I was meeting a celebrity, honestly, because he had opened for one of my favorite artists and I thought he was a cool guy. I was like, "Damn, this is cool. I'm meeting somebody who's open for my favorite band." And I seen him on the stage rocking, which was tight. And then after meeting him, M Sean pointed out Mo on the stage, Mo Cruz, Animo. He was pointing at Mo and he says, "If you wanna get a show around here, you gotta know that guy." And at the time, Mo was one of the guys I was booking, like, upstairs at the Catalyst and sometimes at Pono's and a couple other little venues around town. So, like, I wanted to get to know him. And so but it was, like, intimidating, honestly, because he was, like, kind of the guy, and he was the front man of the Santa Cruz Reggae All Stars, and I thought that was just the coolest thing. I thought that was the shit. So after watching them and seeing how they did everything and the rock and set, it was so good. And then seeing that same version like open for Josh Heinrichs there as well at Moe's, it was just a great time. I mean, watching that and seeing Mo, eventually I kept going back to Ponos, the Reef, to see Sean all the time. And a couple of times I was on the stage and Mo was there. And Mo was the guy that was, booking Sean to play there. And I remember when I first walked into the place to see Sean play anywhere, like play in Ponos in the Reef. I was like, "You're busking here?" And he goes, "Nah, this ain't busking, man. I'm getting paid." And I thought, "Oh shit, you're getting paid for this? I want to get paid. How do I get paid to play? That's cool." And so eventually Sean would just be like, "Hey, I'm taking a break. Go up there and do a couple." And I just kind of learned from the, get more cover songs, breath work. Don't play the song so fast. And change it up a little bit. Don't just play it like the song is played. Do something funky. Add some things. You know what I mean? Do some things. So I started to do that. And then eventually it became like, "Hey man, you want to do 30 minutes?" Or "Hey man, you want to do an hour?" Or "Hey, I can't make it tonight. Do you want to cover for me?" Right? And then Mo saw me do a couple songs one time and he said the same thing to me, like, "Hey man, learn more covers. That was really cool. I like your originals, but play some cover songs. That's what people really want to hear, like on a Wednesday night, a Thursday night downtown." So I did all that. And eventually one day I started going out to the open mic nights and Mo was running it, but and then Sean was running it sometimes, I think even. But one time Mo just asked me to do it. Like, "You want to run it?" "Sure. Heck yeah, dude. I'm down." And so I did it and it was cool. People would sign up, they would go up and do their 10, 15 minutes or whatever, 3 songs or whatever, and then that was it. But every once in a while, or actually a lot of the time, people wouldn't show up on a Monday night. So, and especially if it was cold outside. So I was stuck playing for 3 hours or majority of the time, if not a lot of people were in the room. But it was really cool because it became a fam jam. Sometimes, it was open mic, but people who had their own night there or would come and jam a lot there on other nights, they came in and signed up on the open mic night just to come and chill. Sean would come through. I met a lot of people like that. I met a lot of friends at this open mic and a lot of new musicians that I didn't know before. So it was awesome experience. And I just want to shout out Mo. Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity because it helped me a lot build my resilience for playing in front of like nobody or playing for just for the wait staff and the bartender or whatever, on like a really slow night or getting no tips or whatever. And then after that, there was also side by side. There was a situation going on upstairs at the Catalyst on Tuesday nights. They had reggae night, like a neighborhood night or whatever. And Mo was running it with the Reggae All Stars. Bring your instrument, interchange up the different musicians, different singers, different guitar players, whatever. But the first time I was going to go, I remember I went by myself. I went with my mom. We went and checked it out, and it was cool. And I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, I want to come through. Like, is that cool?" And he goes, "Yeah, bring your guitar, bro. We would love to have you up here." All right, great. So the next time I went, I was gonna go, and he hit me up during the day, and he goes, "Hey, you said you were gonna bring your guitar, right?" "Yeah." "Well, our guitar is backed out. Do you want to stick it out for the whole night and do our set?" I'm like, "The whole night?" Sure." And at this time, y'all, I had no idea how to like improvise. As far as like now, somebody could say, "Hey, we're playing, uh A minor to D minor." And that's a that's an easy chord progression, right? They throw that out there and I could get that and I could play along to it. I didn't know what I was doing, and they were throwing out chords. So I remember playing Night Nurse for the first time, and I was like, I don't know how to play this, right? Playing it in A minor to G major, like or whatever. It was like I couldn't do it. So I just muted the chords on the neck, and I just downstroked a chuck and kind of moved my hand around and pretended to play a chord while the keyboardist was actually holding down the skink. I I did that for the first night, and but it was a great experience, and I kept going back my amp and my guitar up the stairs, and just every time I went back every Tuesday, and then I think it changed to Thursday at some point, but yeah. And sometimes I would do Monday, I would go see Sean on Thursday, And then after Sean on Thursday, it would be go to the Catalyst afterwards. Or before that, it was like Monday and then Tuesday at the Cat, and then Sean is on Thursday. But sometimes Sean would be there on another day of the week, and I would just be like, "Oh, you're there? Fuck, I'm on my way." Just because I knew that I would get a chance to get on stage for even one song or feature or some kind of something. And then the Magic Munchies band or Wildflower and the Bees band, it all formed, and we all had different interchangeable things going on with different musicians, just kind of, interchanging. And it was such a good time. It was such a good time. You should see a video somewhere of that time. And man, it was good. That really helped me grow and build my vibes on the stage and just be resilient to play like to nobody or to be there in front of important people or cool people or whatever. Like it was really helpful. So um after that, doing that with Shawnez and doing all that upstairs at the Cat, stuff with Mo, getting some shows. Oh, Mo helped us get our first gig for the Santa Cruz Music Festival. Yeah. So we were a three-piece. It was myself, Brentley, and Chris. And he just was like, "Yo, you want to go open the day?" Sure, dude. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We played at Pono's Reef, and there was like barely anybody in the room, but we rocked a set with our backing tracks. I think I have it on camera somewhere. I don't know if I'm gonna put it on here, but I think I'll link it to it on YouTube. Oh, maybe. No, it's not on YouTube anymore. It's an old video somewhere, but it's a cool time, man. It was a really cool time. Rise Up played later in the day, and Tone from the Rudians came and dubbed him out. It was cool to see that. So, yeah, man. Thanks to Mo for giving me a chance at Ponos in the Reef and helping us book a couple shows. There was a show that we did. I think I mentioned it in the other one we did up at the Catalyst with a different band, and it really, it really went south on that one. But big up to Mo for and Sean for helping me book that one too. But yeah, man, and Sean, man, we had a great show at Hollister at the Ale House one time. I think this is 2021. I think it was 2021. We had released Reggae Party already, and it was like the first big show that we were gonna do. And we released Reggae Party that everybody was bumping it. The whole family, all our friends were bumping it. It was like the pop-in song right now at that time. And and that song was like his best song. And we decided to throw a show at the Ale House, and we called it a reggae party. We invited everybody in our family, and like my family had not seen me play live yet. They had not seen me play live yet. And so they came out to this, and I'm talking about 200 people deep in this big room, and the place loved it. The ale house was like, "Holy macaroni, come back and do this again." So, uh, I mean, we were never able to recreate that, but like that was a memory, man. That was a big time memory. We got some sick video of it way back. But big up Sean is, man. We did a good job at that show. And then just all the vibes that we've had since then, all the vibes that we've had since then. So, Reggae Party, Rise Up, the oldies mashup, I helped him build the foundation of that. Rise Up, he sick on the verse. He came up with the whole chorus of that song. So right, he brought me like an old like recording and said, "Hey, can you make this a tune? Like, can you make this and build it?" Because it was like a recording of like in a garage or something like that. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I could build that." And then we turned it into a song. Um, and then being brought up on stage every time for stuff like Reggae Party or Soul Right. One time I got brought up on stage for the Expendables show when they opened for the Expendables, and I got to do Reggae Party on stage. And then this last show when I saw them at a winery when I was taking pictures, they had me on stage for that song. And then in a mashup, the hip hop mashup, I did Dr. Dre's verse on California Love. So like it's such a treat, and we have a cool connection. We sing well together, and me and Santa Cruda and him, we vibe well together. I hope we do a lot more together. I hope I get to help them more run sound or play shows with them, write more songs with Sean. And just yeah, man, I really wanted to highlight Sean is. I know I didn't talk about him a lot in the last video, but He really helped, and I know, you know, he really helped me. You know what I mean? Just kind of nudged me a little bit and kind of just helped me, hey, got me a show here, pushed me there. Hey, man, try this out. Oh, do you want to play over here? That kind of stuff. It helped a lot. I had to do a lot of work on my own, a lot of the footwork on my own and booking shows on my own. But Sean really helped me because he helped me get in the door, or at least open a couple of doors for me, and kind of vouched for me on a couple of occasions. And it helped me get gigs and book stuff. So, but yeah, man, big up to Shawnez, big up to Mo. Thank you so much, guys. And just big up to all the fam and the friends and everybody who has supported so far, my bandmates, and just everybody in the scene who has ever given me an opportunity, the venues that I've played at, the promoters that have helped us out, and the people that have given us a chance. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And to all the fans that are continuing to rock with us, I hope you vibe with what I'm doing now. And we're not stopping anytime soon. We got shows out of town now, and we're moving and shaking. So stick around for the vibes. Once again, follow all of our social media pages, rebel.i.media. Follow the band, dub_souljah, and then follow the studio, iTall Studios 42, so you can catch all of the vibes and every bit of everything that's going on. Thank you so much. Peace, love, respect. As always, thanks and praise to the Most High. We will see you guys next time.